Okay, we are live, and we'll be looking to add Tim in. We're live with the USFFL Pittsburgh-Cleveland game. Up to 10 people can join, so it just needs a link, and you can join that easily. For future reference, if you don't get added, because you need to be added by the host, ping the host on Slack, and they'll certainly see you there. Share the screen. Take a look at the standings in the AFC North. Ravens at 11-3, looking for the number 1 seed in the AFC. Browns sit at 6-8. So if we have Tim looking to come in, add stream. Tim, welcome. Can you hear me? You need to unmute your mic, I think. Get your mic muted.
There you go. Can you hear me just fine?
I can hear you. Can you hear me? I can hear you.
Yes, I'm hearing you just fine as well.
Good news. All right.
Miracle of miracles, I guess.
It is. Okay, we are live on the broadcast. Let's see here. We have a game number yet? Not yet.
Let's see. Doesn't appear like it, no.
Okay. So, what are these broadcasts all about? I was just giving a little summary, knowing this is the first time we might or might not put this one up. We'll see. But for those that are brand new to this, we hope to be broadcasting games like this or something like it. I don't know. Tim will figure out what the best way is and how it gets done. For the USFFL, certainly through the playoffs, maybe even some key Week 17 games. But the way to join is there'll be a link posted, and all you need to do is click on that link, and that takes you right in, right, Tim? Was that easy for you?
Yeah, you click on the link and basically follow along. It was very simple.
Yeah, you can see that link right there on Slack that I just sent to Tim. I should be sharing the screen now, Tim. You can see my full screen. You can see me probably too.
Yeah, I'm seeing the Slack setup. Absolutely.
You see me as well?
Oh yeah, 100%. You're looking much better because you wake up and have a head of hair that's already ready to go, and I wake up this early and I really don't.
For sure. This is the way, for future reference. I mean, this is I think a nice way to lay it out. There's a couple different options for layout, but this layout lets everybody see everybody else sort of in that side panel as they join. Yeah. Up to 10 people can join, so we could watch the game together. I mean, you could also live broadcast it where they're just sort of looking in, but there's probably value in having people being able to chime in with comments. It's tough to fill an hour and a half unless you're a professional.
Sure, absolutely, 100% agree.
Plus, it just makes it more, sort of enjoyable to get to know each other. All right. Any game number yet? We're at 10. Would you mind DMing those guys and see if they have one?
No, I don't mind. Let's see here.
Thank you, sir.
What is it? It's 9 o'clock on the button right now.
So while you're looking for that, we can summarize a little bit of what's on the line here. So the Ravens, if I'm not mistaken, if they win out, they're in control of the number 1 seed.
So yes, absolutely. Let's see here. So yeah, the Ravens are 11-3. and they're trailing the Chiefs and Patriots that are both 12-3. But the Ravens have the tiebreak edge on both teams. So their problem is if they lose to Cleveland today, they're now behind both teams and could fall all the way to the third seed very easy. So they want to avoid that. By the way, our game number is up. I'm getting that for you now. I'm sorry, but my machine is just moving a little slower than usual. I'll be getting a new laptop probably in the next week here, hopefully.
Wait, I think I may have seen it. Oh, there it is. Got it.
Did you find the game? There it is. Game number is 55855. 55855.
Should be joining here. Boy, is it interesting. Let's go ahead.
I'll let you work on that. Filling in. So that kind of lays it out for the Ravens. They're in danger of falling to the 3 seed, even though they've won their division. So they've got to make sure that they continue to exploit their advantage on the Patriots and Chiefs based on their head-to-head victories. The Browns, on the other hand, they're very interesting. They're 6-8, and they need to obviously win and get to 8-8. They need the Steelers to lose. The problem for the Browns is they need all the other possible contenders that could get to 8-8. They need them to lose too, because they can't win. It doesn't look like much of a tiebreak opportunity without it being them and the Steelers only. So that's what they're looking for, is an 8-8 tie with the Steelers, and that would get them into the playoffs. And it'd be quite a feat when you consider that they started 2-8 on the season. They're trying to win their final 6 games. They've been very streaky all year long. So that's been very interesting.
So I missed some of that while I was getting the game number all set up. So if Cleveland wins out, do they control their destiny, or do they need help?
They do not. They need help, because what they need is they need a 2-way tiebreak with only the Steelers. So that means they would need the Texans to lose. They would need the Jets to lose. And I think that those 2 teams, all of those teams have to lose. Plus, they need to win 2 games. I think their biggest problem right now is just beating the Ravens. This is going to be obviously a tough game. We have a 2nd and 10. We're just started. We've got let's see, at the Baltimore 25. So let's see what we've got here.
Interesting to see the Browns take a blitz posture pretty early. They still slip it through on a end run. Jackson for 14, but
14 yards is awesome.
I have not faced Lamar Jackson in any of my leagues so far this year, thankfully. So that's I do not know.
Thing for you. Take it from those of us who have. Yeah. Actually, he and Ingram both come into this game with over 1,000 yards rushing apiece already, as part of the best rush tack in the league, which is over 187 yards per game. So they certainly have been very well at that.
Yeah, a right running short gain for 16. They're already in Cleveland territory.
Yep, and what do we have? We have 2 first downs, rushing by Lamar Jackson and Mark Ingram, just as we were saying. That's so well timed, John.
And you see some first down blitzing from Cleveland here too. You can't blame them. You just don't want to get to that short pass right column of Jackson, and that's one way to avoid it is to just bring up as many flat passes if you don't get the sack as possible.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. The Ravens have some very, very nice passing stats this year, but that's because they're one of the few teams that you really have to be so scared against the run.
Right, no doubt. Moving right down the field to the 26.
19-yard completion to Andrews, which, by the way, is the other player with over 1,000 yards offensively this year already. In fact, I thought it was interesting. The Ravens have 1,000 yards of offense rushing from Ingram and Jackson and 1,000 receiving from Andrews. Nobody else has 500 yards on anything. It's been a 3-pronged attack much of the year.
Just looking through the tendencies, was really just 3rd downs is when the only time the Ravens launch a long pass this year. That's where you have ever even hit 10% on play calling, which makes sense if they're going Andrews all the time. What's interesting about Andrews, here comes a big 3rd down, and it looks like
3rd and 12 to 28. We're in field goal range.
Yeah, Andrews is that. I think he has a D in terms of his yards after catch. But let's see, here it is. Yeah, D. Which is kind of, if you're throwing a lot of flat passes, tough to work with. And he just picked up that 19-yarder on a yak reading as well, despite the D.
Right. Looks like the Ravens are going to go from the pistol here.
No blitz on 3rd and 12.
There's definitely a big variable in how often teams blitz in this league. It's mostly about coach preference.
Yeah, I mean, he's in the must run. He's only getting that 2 through 5, so you can understand why he may want to stick with the no blitz there, because if he gets the must run, it's an unlikely conversion.
100%.
Let's see the play call. Big moment here. Not double teamed. 12 yards. He gets the 2 through 5. Oh my.
Yeah, the Ravens are tough.
2 through 5 is
inside the red zone, so the safety is now going to be in play for Cleveland. Let's see what he chooses to do with that. Right back to the pistol formation.
Oh, that's a back-breaking 3rd down conversion right there. And he shadowed too. I didn't pick that up. He shadowed and it failed on that conversion.
He did?
Yep.
Oh wow!
So despite the shadow, despite the 2 through 5, and that's why the Ravens are what they are.
That's right. That's right. Okay, we got a short pass to second tight end Boyle.
Down to the 2.
Oh. Yeah. This really has been right down the field, Anthony.
Yep. I'm not sure. Do you? I wonder if you and I have a delay. If one of us sees the action faster than the other. Are you watching through my broadcast, or are you watching on your own?
I'm watching through the broadcast that you're doing, and I've got a second laptop over here with some, stats and prep, that kind of thing. But that way, it allows this to be full screen, and I can see it better with my old eyes.
Yeah. At some point, we'll figure out if you see that.
Second goal from 3 after Ingram rushed for 1 yard up the middle.
On a right call. That's a key stop there. Losing that yard, Ingram becomes a little less useful. Oh, and
here we go. Andrews makes the catch. Did he get it? Let's see.
He got it.
Touchdown. Absolutely. You get that 4 on the dice. It's sometimes tough to beat that corner, but I guess they did it. Or the safety, I guess it would be the strong safety.
Yeah, I didn't see the matchup. Who he was against? Mac Wilson. Okay, must have been either a linebacker. Was Mac?
Could have been. Yeah.
Because usually you're going to draw Carl Joseph on that, who is a 4 on pass defense.
Well, it's a quick score for Baltimore. They're up 7-0. Interesting about their first matchup. So they met in Week 4, and the Browns were 0-3, and the Ravens were 3-0. And the Ravens won with a fourth quarter comeback, scored the final 13 points of the game to win 34-30, and put them to 4-0 and the Browns to 0-4. So it's kind of amazing that they both have playoff possibilities based on that originality.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Cleveland's showing up now with a quick guessed wrong run call on first, and don't get what they wanted. One linebacker was in the zone.
I personally believe that Cleveland would be smart to run the ball a lot today, if you can. I mean, it's always been my feeling when you play in a team that probably has more talent than you, you want to limit the possessions, and running clock is part of that. And because Chubb is third in the league right now with most carries at 319, I'll bet he's going to get a heavy dose of that today.
Yeah, I bet so. Just looking, it's Baltimore's guessed run 290 times this year, 22% have been right. So what they're trying to say is Baltimore's not afraid to guess run. In terms of whether Cleveland should be actually going with the draw there or not, it sounds like no, but they can get some nice guessed wrong calls because Baltimore does not mind calling run. I mean, you'll find some of us in the league almost exclusively guess pass, no matter what's going on.
That's me. That's me a lot of times.
And that's what you mean. To know that, you can quickly know whether you need to run those draws or run them straight. I mean, Cleveland just paid the price for not running the draw with Chubb on that one linebacker. Going 3 wide. I'm seeing a lot of that lately too.
Yeah,
three wide running.
I tend to not do that formation that much, but yeah, with the right personnel, it can be a good attack.
Well, caught him no men in the zone, but nonetheless could not take advantage. 3rd and 6.
All right, big 3rd down here. Obviously, the Ravens, need to get down there, and or I should say, the Browns need to get down to that red zone and get some points on the board.
That's a missed opportunity for Cleveland. You get those 0 men in zone, all on blitz, exactly the right play call, and that's the way Strat works.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And you need those breaks when you're a team that's trying to take on a true contender for the title right now.
Going deep, no men in zone, still converts.
Yep.
On a jump off.
All right, so we're across midfield. Cleveland on the march. Tom's won some big games with this team this year, by the way. He beat the back-to-back, actually. He beat the 49ers and the Seahawks in the middle of the season.
Wow, those are big wins. So right there is a big help.
That's right. And Cleveland can be very dangerous, just one of those teams that can put it all together.
Well, I mean, that helps. And I mean, there we saw it. I mean, there was a guest run call. And you go up top and you get the long ball. I mean, that's the opportunities you got to get.
There you go. You're right. Big play, 49-yard touchdown to Beckham. By long ball. By the way, these two quarterbacks might surprise you that they are 3rd and 4th, I believe, in the league in air yards per pass yards per play.
Yeah, they're not big flat passers, that's for sure.
Right. They tend to go deep. And when you have a big running game, that becomes more tempting. So that kind of doesn't surprise me.
But Baltimore's hasn't been going deep that often. A lot of short passes, though, just trying to catch those must runs. Those safe must runs.
All right. Ingram with an 8-yard catch. Second and 2 at their 25. It's nice. We've already got an offensive battle. Like I say, last time these two played, it was 34-30 final score. And I would expect, I don't know about you, but I would expect we might get with both teams over 30 again today. I really do.
See if he can get any action on this blitz. He can't, and boom, he picks up the sniper.
Oh my!
So, yeah,
48-yard last play. This is great.
And Cleveland's defensive calls have been pretty sound so far. I mean, that's another good example. Yeah. I mean, he just has not been catching the break on defense. He had a 10 versus 3 sack matchup there, 48%, missed it, hit a 76, and then gets a sniper. So you get exactly what you're looking for, right? Which is a 48 reading on the sack. That's exactly what you play that for. And now he's guessed wrong long. Let's see what happens here. He picks it. Guessed wrong.
Oh, so here it is. Yes.
And will he take the touchback or run it out?
Where is he?
Touchback.
4 yards deep. He'll take the touchback. That's probably smart.
Yep.
I have to be honest, though. Sometimes I'll run that out. Why not?
Yeah. Depends.
It's no different than a kick return. You're taking a chance at a free touchdown. So sometimes you got to give it a shot. Depends on the game, though, and the situation. 1st and 10,
I would have
20.
did that.
Drive to take the lead here, maybe.
Yeah, a lot of blanks for flat passing for Cleveland, and both cards.
Yeah,
it's a tough business. You're hoping for receiver readings best you can.
Yeah, you really are, and that makes it sometimes tough to sustain offense.
Look at the defense dare the Browns to run.
Yeah, no doubt. Look at that nickel defense. 2nd and 10.
And will he run it? He does not. Throws right into it. 3 men in the zone. Picks up the first down on a dump off.
One thing, done, Jarvis Landry with his second game.
Yeah. pass rush matchups have just not been working at all this year. Is that a common problem throughout Strat, where you can't see the matchup screen, or have you been able to see it, Tim?
As far as the screen, as far as how they're aligning the roles for, yeah, I'm not. I don't. So there, I see pass rush matchup. I've never clicked on that. To be honest,
I'm getting this every time. I'm getting it this year, and I don't know why. I've never been able to see the pass.
I'll have to look at that. I use the so far today and the card image like you do, but I haven't used pass rush matchup. So
2nd and 6, putting together hopefully a little bit of a drive here, and he's got a guess wrong situation for Chubb up the middle.
Right up the middle with Nick Chubb.
And boy, 5 yards on a 4 reading. That's not the Cleveland. That's not the Baltimore defense we know.
Yeah, that really isn't.
Makes me
wonder about injury.
I think he was running. I think he was running the 3-3-5, which may have brought that tackle down to a 0. I think that's what's going on there. Let's see. No, he's 0-0. Huh. Might be an injury. Yeah, you're right. Take a look here. Pierce is injured.
Gus Edwards is out.
Ooh.
Third one, Baker Mayfield for the sneak, and he's got it. Probably a good call there.
Yep.
So this is breaking okay for Cleveland here in the first quarter. They managed to follow up the opening touchdown drive by Baltimore with a touchdown drive of their own. They got the interception, and they're driving back. It's a good start for them.
Yep. Got to be happy. Need to convert here. Avoid a Mayfield interception somehow.
Yeah.
I mean, back to a 3-4. The Ravens here.
Yep.
And a guessed wrong end run. This is dangerous. Oh, goes to the defensive card. 5 yards, but could have been a lot more.
2nd and 5 at the midfield stripe.
Chunky long gain on 11. Lots of good stuff. He would have went to his card. Didn't get it, though. And now a blitz. And he's running in the face. Another guess wrong opportunity. Could go to Chubb's card once on this guess wrong. Nope. And Bowser's out. Not much of a loss. A little bit of pass rush.
Sure.
He'll be more of a loss next year than this year. Not that big of a deal for an injury for Baltimore. But you see a 0 there now. Let's see. In the right outside linebacker spot. So that's something that could take advantage of.
6 carries for 25 already for Chubb. And, yeah, if I was Tom, I think I'd keep pounding that. If he's going to give me the wrong run, I'm going to take it in this matchup if I'm Tom. All day long.
Yeah. But Baltimore will call that run. So let's see.
He's strong. More like that. They did it again.
10 yards.
Oh, but look at this. We got nobody in the zone, too. Yeah, there you go.
You know, it's crazy when
you're
calling defense and you just get in that rut where you cannot guess right? We're just you get in these streaks.
That happens to all of us.
And that's happening right now to Baltimore. They're just, I think it's 4 consecutive guess wrong so far on this little streak.
I think so.
And another.
Right up the middle for Chubb. Here we go again.
Oh.
Love it.
Offsides. Take the penalty. Automatic 1st and 5. Let's see here. 1st and 5. Anything. The whole playbook is open, obviously.
I see that John is sure bringing the blitz from the safety a lot, considering how much the Browns are running.
For sure. Well, Ravens defense is not that stout. 2 linebackers in zone, still picked up 3 yards. That's when you face Tennessee in the playoffs, you can kind of see how they lost that game last year. Here's another guessed wrong. Chubb gets 15 this time.
Oh, there you go. Chubb starting to pile it on. 8 carries already for 43 yards as we're coming to the end of the first quarter. I don't know for
sure, but I would say that's 6 out of 8, 7 out of 8 that have been, all those runs have been on the defensive card. There's not been much action on Chubb's card at all.
You're absolutely right.
Off the Ravens defense.
And if you can live off the Ravens defensive card with what Chubb's going to do on his card, it's going to be a long day.
And that is a Mayfield fumble? No, that's a Chubb fumble.
Chubb ran for 4 yards. He did fumble the ball, but it was recovered by Cleveland. So we are heading now to the second quarter. Cleveland opened in the second quarter with a 2nd and 6 at the 10.
A guessed wrong flat pass. This could be a touchdown. Up to the 1. Very close.
No replay. Down to the 1. There you go. 1st and goal at the 1. This has really been a back-to-back great drives by Tom in Cleveland.
Just pound this in. Just pound it. There it
Chubb,
is.
right up. That's it. Touchdown.
And the fans in Kansas City, as we take a look at a view party, are very happy to see this.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, it was a tough loss, 49-39. The Chiefs suffered against the Ravens. What a game that was.
It sounds like it was everything you'd expect it to be. 49-39. That sounds.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Got us line up again for the extra point. Hits it 2 through 10. Well, let's see if the Ravens can respond. Plenty of time. Obviously, game just starting.
Yeah, 3 out of 4 drives have ended in a touchdown already.
In a puntless game so far, yes.
A lot of Nick Chubb, 10 carries already. So
here's Hill in the backfield, right? Because of the injury.
Yeah.
Take a look at his card. Not much. I mean, it's fine. You can get yards.
Looks like he'll have to go around the end. If he wants, some of those yards. He's not very good up right up the middle. Doesn't look like.
Nice little start for Browns there. 2nd and 14. Myles Garrett gets sacked. Not a particularly good matchup, but when you hit a random of 1, you're going to get the sack most of the time. Garrett only an 8 in that situation. Let's see what we got here. Yep. But he got on a 17% chance. Here's the end run. Oh, it goes to the defensive card. So a big few for Cleveland. Just hold Jackson to 5 yards on end run wrong. 3rd and 9.
All right, big 3rd and 9 here.
Got to send the blitz. Must runs all over the place. Yep, here comes the blitz. Let's see if he shadows too. Out of the pistol, 3 wide, all sorts of 0 matchups on the outside, all sorts of options. Short pass to Ingram of all people. Looks like, there's the must run. Must run gets it.
There you go. Flushed out. Lamar Jackson picks it up. He's got 4 carries, 42 yards, and I could be wrong. I think that's at least 3 first downs on those runs. It could be all 4 of them.
Yeah, I think so. A well-called play. I mean, you did everything you're supposed to do if you're Cleveland there, and it's not in the cards. It just isn't.
That's right.
I mean, he even got the blitz reading. It happened to be a 13. So you're not going to win those too often. Here's Justice Hill, and then it comes off the Cleveland card, 17 yards.
Justice Hill. A lot of offense already in this game. I think we're on track for a shootout.
Hill gets you how many carries? Okay, he's got 11, so not much. There's a little guessed wrong passing, and boom, finds the blank. Oh.
That's a tough break. Right back to the pistol formation.
Man, that's a great card. Interceptions on 12. Okay, we got a safety blitz coming. Sees right through it and gets 11. Not getting good sack matchups there. 7 versus a 1. Into field goal range.
Over 100 yards passing out.
Can't underestimate that advantage too the Ravens have with that field goal kicker. Oh, okay. So that's interesting. So Hill is also hampered by the low carries. So yeah, his 7 yards turned into 4. That's a pretty big injury, Gus Edwards.
And I can just tell you, it is. Gus Edwards has a real power attack to his running. He's very scary. In some ways, he's a dangerous player.
And then if I'm reading this right, he'll be out for the first week of the playoffs too if they don't get a bye. But he would be back if they get a bye. If you take a look at the broadcast.
Well, so if he's injured for one more week, that would be week 17. It'd be the final game of the season. So I think he'll be fine for the playoffs.
Well, why wouldn't it say, if you take a look at Jalen Ferguson above, he's available next week? You see the difference between Jalen Ferguson and Gus Edwards there?
So that means he's available. Yeah, that means he's available in week 17. And Gus Edwards is out in week 17. Will be available in the playoffs. That's sure how I interpret it.
Okay, yeah, got it. Heard. Yep. Right on.
4-yard run for Justice Hill. We've got a big third down, 3rd and 6.
No blitz coming.
I noticed that. We're going to try to run for the first down with Mark Ingram here. And he's got it. 13 yards.
Yep. Failed containment.
We're down to the 18-yard line.
You get that failed containment. That's a big conversion. Almost play. You could.
Yeah.
I mean, you could almost say he's playing for the field goal there, which is a bit. This to me seems like a touchdown sort of game, but it's converted. Or he was going to go
like this. They're not afraid to run for a first down on 3rd and 6 when you got this rushing attack.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if we were talking to Baltimore, they would tell you they're playing 4-down territory, probably not playing for the field goal. And there's a run down to the 4.
14 more yards for Lamar Jackson rushing. Wow.
56.
So we've got a 1st and goal. See if the Cleveland defense can stiffen up here. If you're Baltimore, Anthony, what are you doing here? You going to try to run this in multiple times?
Yep.
I think so too. Especially with that, blitz possibility. You don't want to lose the yards. And they are running off tackle. Halfway there, we got a 2-yard gain for Ingram. It's 2nd and a goal at the 2.
Yeah, I mean, there's yards to be had with one linebacker in the zone, so you're probably just may have to switch up running backs a little bit. Yep, and he did to avoid a key, and there you go, touchdown.
Justice Hill for the touchdown. We've got possibly a 14-14 game if we can count on Justin Tucker to nail this extra point. But he hasn't missed one all year. I wouldn't expect it.
Yeah, there's just too much on the right side of the line. He went linebacker there, but you've got 5, 6, 5 in a full house run blocking. Plus, you have a defensive card that gives up yards with linebackers in the zone, so you just pound that in.
All right, so great. We get to see now if Cleveland's going to be able to respond.
Got to stay calm if you're Cleveland.
Yeah, but you have to start wondering. I like that they ran 10 times already for Nick Chubb, but at what point do you start wearing him down late in the game and when you might need him? So you might want to balance that out now, mix in some flat passes. I don't know. Let's see what he does. Flat pass. Jarvis Landry.
Victim of Mayfield's card there. Most every quarterback card, decent quarterback card, you're going to get nice yards on the 10. Wrong. Flat pass. But Mayfield does not have it. This year. Next year, he should.
Next year, a little better, I agree.
Oh, guessing the run out of the nickel and stops him.
So we've got a big 3rd and 10 here. We'll see if Baltimore brings any pressure. Interestingly, Baltimore, 7 total sacks on the season. Only the Jets have fewer with 6 sacks. So the Ravens are not a team that has had any success bringing pressure this season.
Yes,
And that might explain why we're sitting here in the dime.
Yeah. 7 out of 78 sack chances on defense, 9%. That is really low, to your point. Yeah, right on. And those conservative get 7 yards on the punt.
Yeah, 4th and 3, you're going to have to get rid of this one, so I expect a punt here.
Yeah, I don't mind that play call. I mean, you just don't want to pick down in this end.
Right.
Cyrus Jones used to be dangerous, not dangerous this year. Last year, I think he had a touchdown on 3 or 4. I don't think he does this year. Nope. Fair catch. Cyrus Jones, I think, got cut.
Baltimore starting from inside the 20 for the second consecutive time.
I think he got cut by Baltimore last year, week 4, week 5. He had a key fumble. I forget what game it was on a punt return, and they cut him like the next game. Yet he gets carded here and doesn't get much. Oh, Justice Hill, not the strongest runner, knowing that you're likely to get 4 yards at best, only gets 1 on his own card. Here comes Ingram. That's he's saving Ingram, which I understand that. 16 rushes still left for Ingram. We'll see a lot of Ingram in the second half.
Brown showing blitz again. Ravens from the pistol.
Yes, right. Nice call. Nice call on 2nd and long.
Yeah, good defensive call there. Held him to 3 yards. So we've got, what, 3rd and 6 now for Baltimore? Correct me if I'm wrong. We haven't had a punt. We had a turnover and 4 touchdown drives, right?
Correct.
No, is that right? We haven't had a punt? I don't think we have.
It is correct. No blitz here on 3rd.
In the nickel on 3rd and 6.
Let's see if we get a contain.
See the call here. Give Williams on 3rd down. Again on 3rd down.
I'm guessing he'll do contain, move that safety up to cover, look in, leave.
I don't think.
Yep.
This time.
Must run is stopped. No contain. But got the key 4th down. Here's our first punt. Bad punt coverage for Baltimore. Wow, look at that. But a fair catch.
Did that just say short pass to Lamar Jackson?
Yeah.
That's what I thought I read, obviously.
In a when it goes to a
now
Tim, you there? Losing you a little bit, Tim. It sounds like internet issue.
5:24 left in the half here.
Well, that'll kill a drive. Let's see if Cleveland can come back from that. That's a drive killer right there. He's going to have to get risky with Mayfield to be able to convert here. I'm guessing we'll see Chubb here on 1st down.
What a big holding call that is.
Huge. But Chubb comes back, guessed wrong, 16 yards. So that's the way you solve that. Nothing Baltimore can do. I mean, I knew the run was coming, but I wouldn't have called the run. I mean, it's one of those situations where you know he's going to run Chubb, but you don't have the
Baltimore,
guts to call.
obviously, predictably a nickel.
Tim, can you hear me okay?
That's a great call. That's right.
Can you hear me okay, Tim?
I agree 100%. It's a great call.
3rd and 2. Tim, audio check. Can you hear me all right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I expect you to run it defensively, but I'm just not going to call it. Yes, I can hear you fine. Are you not hearing me?
Yep,
yes.
Yep, hearing you good. Can do anything.
Nick Chubb already 13 carries game.
Lean on him again here, maybe, or go to a flat pass. We'll see. Bet you he stays small. I mean, he could try to uncork it with a
Chubb,
deep one.
by the way, only needs 326 rush yards in the last 2 games here to hit 2,000.
He gets what he wants, and Mayfield comes up blank. It's tough. Mayfield's card is tough this year. Really tough. Nice punt, though. Oh, Cleveland has to be a little bit discouraged on that one. Oh. Guessed wrong, short pass, hits a 7, and it's incomplete. Guessed wrong.
Do you consider going for not going to? It looks like that's probably smart. You're hearing me fine, Anthony?
I'm hearing you fine. I think you're stuck on a little bit of a delay, though. If I had to guess. Yeah, I can hear you fine.
Anthony, are you me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you fine. Yep.
Yeah, too. I think so. Critical time with a
2 nice little catches there. Tim, it is like cutting out a bit. Certainly, it's cutting out. Your audio is in and out. Is my audio cutting in and out to you? Sounds like it is. So 1st and 10 now, Baltimore. 2 nice catches to get out of their own end.
flat pass to Ingram.
Hey, Tim, you're on a serious delay. You're on a delay here. For some reason, it's
yeah.
I'm like
are you hearing me right now?
Yeah, I can hear you, but I'm 1 play ahead of you, more or less. Huge guessed wrong, end run, beautiful call, hits the 5. Oh, the drama.
So
the dice take away. I would suggest you watch the game on your. Tim, can you hear me? Tim, can you hear me? 2nd and 10. Let me know when you can hear me. We got a blitz against a short pass, and Must runs right out of it. No pass rush because there's no high linebacker. Got to accept that.
Yes, I can.
Okay, I think you're 1 play behind me, more or less. Maybe you should watch the game independently and just keep the audio on instead of watching the broadcast. That way, maybe we have a better chance of me not being 1 play ahead of you. It sounds like I'm 1 play ahead of you. Roger that.
So just so you know, Anthony, I'm hearing you perfectly.
Okay, but do you understand that it sounds like you're 1 play behind me, though?
Yeah.
Okay. I am not hearing you perfectly. It sort of comes in and out. It sort of sounds like an internet problem. 2nd and 10.
But I still need the game up. I did understand that.
Your audio is definitely cutting in and out. What sounds like an internet problem. You're hearing the little pings that you'd hear when there's an internet problem. 3rd and 5. Obviously, pretty big call here from midfield. Are you playing for 2 downs? You're playing for 1 down. 1:22 left. You're probably playing for 1 down here, if I had to guess. If you're Cleveland, no need to take too many chances down to the half tide. If you're Baltimore, I should say, not Cleveland. No blitz, 3rd and 5. I'd expect a short pass here. Could surprise with a run, but got to let that happen if it does. Leave it up to the containment gods. It's an end run. Here comes Jackson. And the contain works. 4th and 1. Here's the decision. I mean, it's an interesting decision. With this amount of time left, I would punt it, but see what happens. Baltimore sends the punting unit on the field. Yeah. It's the right call. Should go in for a touchback. It's rolling, and it goes into the end zone.
I'm working to set up the game on my, just so you know, Anthony.
Okay. So 45 seconds. I'm not going to use Chubb's carries up here. I would actually have a backup halfback in the game. But I understand the threat. Maybe you get into field goal range. Ooh, risky play here. Guess right, short pass, and 7 incomplete. Boy, a juicy interception was waiting there. Is that the only chance he's going to take, or is he going to press his luck? 2nd and 10. Eats up a Chubb carry on a line buck. But look at those 52-yard gains, 37-29. I can understand why. You can quickly get into field goal range. 3rd and 4. See what happens. No timeouts used yet so far.
4th and 1.
So I have Cleveland with the ball, 3rd and 4. 8 seconds left. Chubb is still in the game. What to do? Check. They're going deep, and does get picked. I mean, that's the chance you're taking. And now you're gonna have a field goal attempt possible here, depending on the return. Let's see. Yeah, field goal attempt. They got the fumble, but hopefully he just falls on that ball, and he does. Okay, so here's a tougher attempt. I mean, that is the risk you take with Mayfielders. Tucker trots on 2 through 9, nails it. I mean, that's just a beautiful ending for Baltimore. Heartbreaking end of the half for Cleveland. And at least Cleveland gets the ball. Oof. Indeed, that last play hurt, Tom. Indeed. John encouraging Tom, saying you had to try. I don't know if you get the ball. I probably wouldn't have tried that. I probably would have sat back. Second half underway. Touchback it is. So first half stats: 250 yards for Baltimore, 181 for Cleveland. That pick is the difference right now. Mayfield's pick at 3 points at the end of the half. 8 runs for Jackson. Play selection 20-13 favoring the run for Baltimore. Tim, what's your status? You with me? It's not. Landry does just about the most he can with a guess right flat pass and gets 8. You just want to get some sort of points here. Keep this within 1 score if you're Cleveland. Gets the beautiful 2 reading on the defense, but 1 linebacker's in zone. 2 yards. But it's a first down. Chubb, 12 carries left. And a guessed right run here along the end. Oh, still muscles out 4 yards. That's nice to see. If you're Cleveland. Brings up a 2nd and 6.
Are you hearing me, Anthony?
I am hearing you. You hear me?
I am.
Great. Are you showing a second and
It
6?
took a while to. Yeah, I am showing a second and 6. It took a while to get the game up, but I'm good now, I think.
Good. First down run. He's burning through Chubb's carries here.
I'm wondering if that's going to catch up to him at the end of the game.
Yeah. That last possession of the first half was. Did you see that last possession of the first half, Tim?
I'm sorry, I did not.
Okay, so just to catch you up, that was pretty key. It was a guessed wrong flat passing completion on Mayfield's card. Oh, heartbreaking. So Cleveland took the ball deep in their own territory with under a minute left, used a couple Chubb carries, and then went deep on third down and got picked. And on the return, got into field goal range, and Tucker kicked the field goal. So that was a definitely a decision by Cleveland to go for it. To really go for it, knowing they were getting the ball back, and it backfired pretty hard.
Sure. And now both of them have an interception on the game, so the turnovers should be the same.
Yep, they are. But boy, knowing he's getting the ball back, it was a quite the risky maneuver, and it backfired. Now facing a 3rd and long. Conversion here would be unlikely, to say the least, but anything's possible. Throwing into 4 men.
Crossing pattern is
incomplete.
Incomplete to Ratley.
Well, look, you could have gone a couple different ways there in Baltimore territory. You could have played for 2 downs, played for 1, didn't work out. Now you got to get a stop here to keep this within 1 score. If it gets to 2 scores, then it's going to be difficult because you're going to have to hope to catch some beautiful guess wrong running on Chubb to be able to call
and no
back.
one is built to run the clock better than Baltimore.
Yeah. Starts off with a short gain. Couldn't ask for a better start for Baltimore. Ingram has 13 carries.
Baltimore's done a pretty good job of working out a bad field position today.
Sure has. Jackson's unspectacular linebacker card gets him a yard. We could talk all day about Strat's linebacker rules for quarterbacks. It's a good example. Just doesn't seem to make sense. Here's a guess wrong deep ball.
Deep ball on wrong there. Oh my, Mark Andrews again.
That rare deep ball from Baltimore, boom, pays off. 2nd and 9. I don't think it's a high percentage.
Yeah, John does a good job of using a rush offense and hitting balls deep to these receivers.
He had thrown deep on 2nd and 9 4 times all year before that.
Wow.
So not a likely play call, and boom, it pays off. When you get to this point in the year, it's really helpful to know your own tendencies, so you can cross up your guy, knowing that certainly at the playoff time you got coaches that are watching your tendencies. It's part of the chess match of strat football that makes it so good. Second and 3 from the 6. All sorts of options if you are Baltimore. Justice Hill into the game, may as well with his 4 yard.
Jackson closing in on 200 yards pass.
No usage running back totals. He's very helpful on a 2nd and 3, and he uses them. Oh, offsides. Offside stops what would have been a nice stop by the Cleveland defensive line.
I would expect a heavy dose of hammer at this time.
I would expect it, and that's the other way. And look at that. Ward makes a nice play. Okay. If you're Baltimore, I mean, that's just
that Denzel Ward's good enough to stop that play.
Mm-hmm.
Ward actually the leading tackler for Cleveland so far this season.
Correctly called the key. Doesn't matter. Touchdown. There we go. Chunky yardage. Look at that chunky yardage on that one.
And now this runs the risk of bringing Cleveland out of their game and forcing them to throw.
Yep. No time for panic. I mean, you just need a score and a stop. Score and a stop, and you're in it. But the percentage chance of Cleveland coming back or Cleveland winning this game has just gone down a lot in the last 5 minutes or so.
Certainly.
I've got a.
But you nailed it. You just got to keep grinding.
I've got a not responding here on my strat, so I'm going to cut out for a second and restart the game.
Nick Chubb. An inside run for Chubb, and once again, we've got 12 yards and a first down.
Up the middle, you said? I'm not seeing it right now.
Cleveland has a 1st and 10 at their own 37.
Thank you.
3-4 defense for Baltimore, and we've got another pitch out to Nick Chubb around the end. This one's on the defensive card, and it's a 5-yard gain. Nick Chubb now has 18 carries and 99 yards on the game. That's a lot of carries for mid-third quarter.
It's heartbreaking, though. You want to see
formation.
On those end run wrongs. He's just not getting that.
Baltimore correctly calls pass, and we've got a flat to Jarvis Landry on 2nd and 5. Defensive card, one man there. We've got an incompletion, but we've also got a penalty on the play, so this will be important on 2nd and 5. Penalties like this on 2nd and 5 either end drives or extend drives.
Just like
that, the penalty was a personal foul on Baltimore. Yep, so we're now across midfield, 1st and 10 at the Baltimore 43.
And I'm back up on this side. And another 15 yards. All right, you need points here. You got to play for points if you're Cleveland for sure. I mean, touchdown's really nice, but make sure you make this back to a one-score game. That is your mandate here. And another 0 linebacker opportunity, flat pass. What does he get? He gets 15 more yards. Interesting to see Baltimore bring up the linebackers there. At the 13, the whole playbook is available. You got to love these plays between the 10 and 12, 13-yard line where you can still throw flat. Puts the defense in a real bind. Guessed wrong, short passing is, hey, he hits it finally, but there's also a flag. That is against the Ravens. Give him a 1st and goal at the 1, probably. Yep. Okay. Cleveland responding. Mayfield avoids the key and scores. Important extra point is good. Okay.
Back to a 3-point game.
Incredible
like
response.
You said, happen now.
Baltimore's had 1 3 and out.
Wow.
Starts off with a 3-yard gain. Finding the bad reading on the Cleveland card for your Baltimore. Guessed wrong, short pass. Finds a blank on the Cleveland card. That's the sort of break Cleveland needs. 3rd and 7. Big break. Big break.
Sometimes the game is just about getting to 3rd down. Just get to 3rd down and give your defense a chance.
Yeah. No doubt. And this is that. Jackson loves to break your back in these situations. Let's see what he does. Blitz is on.
Mark Andrews over 120 yards receiving today.
Oof. Incorrect double team, no shadowing. Hits the 4-men 6.
Oh, wow. Bad break for Cleveland. Yeah.
Okay, well, still at the 33. Still a long way to go for the Ravens. But no doubt a missed opportunity for Cleveland. We're winding down the 3rd quarter. We're going to be under 2 minutes after this one. End run wrong for Jackson gets 9. You almost have to be happy with that 9-yard gain if you're Cleveland. Cleveland's probably going to let him have the first down here. Doesn't want to give up anything big and start over again. Start over with a fresh set of downs. Give him this
I'm with
yard.
you on that.
Blitz called. Let's see if he follows through. Yeah, he's blitzing against a flat pass. 0 man gets the sack. So 3rd and 3. Gets the D-die.
Oh, we've got a sack.
A flat pass sack on the D-die. 10 versus 3. 31% chance of hitting it, and he got it. But not many yards. So still no containment here on 3rd
Chad
and 3.
Thomas with the 3rd sack of the day.
Really wanted more yards. Wanted to knock him out of containment territory. Did not get him out of containment. So still a high percentage first down opportunity for Baltimore.
Yeah, you pretty much have to make the right call defensively here if you're going to stop them.
Yep.
A very good call.
Yep. It doesn't. Going up top.
Mark Andrews. Oh, here we go. Oh.
Finds the blank on the card. From the 40, Baltimore probably punt it. Tom says scary. Yeah, Tom, that was very scary.
Tom says it best. He says scary. But, sometimes that's how you get a drive to extend. If you get him to throw long, it's dangerous, but it's also low percentage.
Yep, it is. It's not a bad 0-man card for Baltimore, for Cleveland. It really isn't.
I mean, sometimes on 3rd down like that, sometimes I'm okay with a long pass wrong because it's low percentage. I'm ready to roll the dice sometimes defensively.
We have an X here, no penalty. Okay. I don't know if the punt block was on or not, but there was an X, the dangerous X on 4th and 3. Could have spoiled Cleveland there, but did not. I find a lot of coaches going for punt blocks, even inside.
We're just
4th and
about
5.
an hour into this game, and we're already almost to the fourth quarter. It's been a moving game so far.
Well, this is huge right here. Interception for Mayfield on his card. And Baltimore set up deep in Cleveland territory.
Oh, no.
Cleveland would have been better off with the sack. 36 versus 29. Missed the sack.
Have to work from ahead against a team that's as strong as Baltimore. You get behind, and then a mistake like this can be so.
Five yards guessed right. Baltimore will take that all day.
We're out to the fourth quarter now.
2nd and 5. Well, guessed right. Hoping for the big loss. Does not find it. Almost had the big loss. Gets 3 yards. 3rd and 2. One stop away from that -6. That would have been key. 3rd and 2. If Baltimore wants to really sort of we'll see if they get the 4th down. This might be 4-down territory. Let's see. 3rd and 2.
I would expect a run right up the middle.
Yeah. With Cleveland's defensive parts, that seems like the right play. They're doing a lot of keying, though. And he goes up top over it again. Surprises us again. Nice play call. Nice play call. Gets the touchdown. So, Cleveland is in a desperate spot. Just a great play call there.
Yeah, I agree. Very smart.
I mean,
I'd have been a little more conservative, but there's no denying that's the right play call. Yeah. Plenty of time here still for Cleveland.
For sure. Tons of time.
But down 10, they're sure going to need their fill of breaks in the final quarter here.
Going to the 3 wide. And just saying, all right, I'm going to go for it. And Marcus Peters makes a nice play. Just great corners on Baltimore. Tough to really make anything deep when you got those corners. Humphrey and Peters, great pair.
And safety. These two. They're just they're a difficult defense.
It is interesting to see Kareem Hunt line up as a wide receiver here in the 3 wide, now also in the 4 wide. Tough spot for Cleveland here. Very low percentage chance. Misses the double team, though, so here's an opportunity. Checks down, only gets 6 yards. They're going to punt it. Boy, had the 0 men. Lots of first down opportunities on that card. Goes to receiver exactly when you don't want it to go to receiver. All right, well, Baltimore has how many carries left for Ingram here? 9. That's plenty. 12-18.
Yeah. Even without Gus Edwards available today, when you have the ability to spread carries through your quarterback as well, you're the top rush offense in the league. They're going to find a way to make it work.
Yeah, and even if you get Ingram fatigued, you can take -1 with the way these cards look. 0-man look in pass gets 13 to start it off. Baltimore has been starting
Anthony,
off.
it looks like my game is frozen.
Okay, it happened to me once too. I went out and back in. It worked fine when I did. Baltimore really has been doing well on the first play of each drive, it seems. There's a guest run, and 4 yards. Penalty is a holding against Baltimore. Okay, so that is really helpful. 1st and 20. It helpful if you're Cleveland. You need that ball back right now.
We might be right back in that situation where Cleveland expects them to run but doesn't want to call it.
Mm-hmm. Then you get these. Okay, guessed right. Oh, was looking for the -6 again. Instead, gets the +3. Lots of 7s on that end run right call for Ingram. And what a beautiful reading that is. +3 on 6, +3 on 7, end run right. Just gorgeous. +5 on 9. I mean, that's just chunky yards for end run right. Guessed right, wrong double team. Lamar gets 12, 3rd and 5. Still has containment on his side now. Big 3rd down for Cleveland. Well, the penalty gives him a 3rd outside of containment, so that's something. Going to the nickel, which makes sense. Got to hope for the contain to hold up if he runs. Also got to hope it doesn't go to Cleveland's cards. Flat pass, man in zone, no double team. Oh, there is a double team, incomplete. Nice call, very nice call. Cleveland gets out of it, and now it's going to be a must-score drive here for the Browns.
No doubt.
You're probably 4-down territory. Anything beyond your own 40, you'll be going 4 downs if you're Cleveland. But they start at their own 13, so they have a ways to get there, to even get to 4-down territory. Let's see here. Chubb has 6 left. Interesting chess match here. Does Baltimore have the cojones to call run in these situations? Again, with their nickel in. You might see some end running from Chubb here looking for the breakaway. Here's the end run, Chubb against the pass. Right on cue. Does he get his own card this time? He does, but only gets 5 yards. Oh, that's heartbreaking. You know Cleveland was looking for that long gain. Hunting for 2, 11, 12. That was the roll that you needed. That was it. Second and 5. Hoping for a first down. Going to be 3rd and 1. Again,
if you're not going to make sense some success, it's just going to be tough to pass directly into this defense.
Zero nose tackle in there. Probably going to bring one of these linebackers up. Brings them both up, going over the top on a short pass. We've seen this a lot today against guest run, but we have one quarterback who's not as good as the other. Ricky Seals-Jones' card results in a incomplete pass. Now, Jarvis Landry, would Jarvis caught that ball?
Really?
Jarvis would have caught that ball for 19 yards.
Yeah, I think if you've got the guts to throw a short pass on 3rd and 1 in this situation, you might as well go to your best receiver or one of them.
And he's going for it at his own 22. With 3 timeouts, I mean, I understand. The percentages are in his favor. But going to the full house takes away the flat pass. So, it's either short pass or run. He's going short pass. Gets it. Ricky Seals-Jones makes up for the drop with a 15-yard completion.
Big play.
All right. Well, I wouldn't say Cleveland's in business yet, but that helps. That's a lot of work to get to your own 37. Moves to the 3 wide.
Tom's going to really have to finesse this drive. He's going to have to finesse it. And it'd be nice to get a breakaway play, but he's going to have to work for this.
Yeah. You're right, though. He's going to need one breakaway play here sooner or later in this last 8:42. He's got plenty of.
Baltimore's just in a position that they can just kind of sit back and make you work slowly.
Yep. I mean, he's got the offensive cards to do it. Chubb, Beckham, Landry. There's plenty of long gains scattered everywhere.
Absolutely.
You got to find them. The dice have to be working with him here. Chubb down to four carries, but again, if you get in, here's an end run. Wrong. Does not get it. 11 on Chubb's card would have been major yards, a long gain. Instead, on the defensive card.
Oh. Brutal.
So, I mean, that's what you needed if you're Cleveland right there, and you didn't get it. Right? And, Chubb goes down to get the red halo. It's not a big deal because you really, again, at this point with Chubb, you're looking for the long gain. So 1 yard on a long gain, you don't care.
That's a good point, Anthony.
Third and 5. Short pass. Oh, these secondary receivers for Cleveland have all of a sudden taken center stage.
Ratley actually had an 80-yard touchdown in their first matchup earlier in the year. In fact, Baker had 18 completions for over 22 yards per catch in that game. A lot of deep balls.
Wow, he finds it. He finally gets that.
Oh, there we go. Touchdown.
That's the big play. Now, that was a guess right against a 6 corner and a 6 safety.
Wow.
Well,
that's the big play. That sets it up. That sets up the big finish. This game is definitely going to be coming down to the wire. This is very interesting now. Beckham over 100 yards receiving for the day now and 2 touchdowns.
Baker Mayfield brings a little magic. .636, all of his timeouts. Gonna hold on. Try to get to a punt here somehow, some way.
Now I'm on the edge of my seat. This is good.
Bringing the blitz on first.
Watch out for Mark Andrews. John loves them.
Oh, a guessed wrong run. Only yields a yard.
Nice break for Cleveland. That's a nice way to start your defensive drive or your defensive stand. Now it's just about getting to third down somehow.
Yes. 3rd and 5 or longer. Ideally. Okay, it's the right play call. And wow, a big sack on a must run. So now we got 3rd and 15.
Brutal. There you go. Let's see.
3rd and 15 always sparks, that you're looking at defensive cornerback ratings here on that short pass 7. So, Snead, Andrews, Hurst are all facing zeros. For that 15, those big 15 yards are there for you on the short pass.
He might run it here and just go ahead and know that he has a chance to get a first down on that, and it runs clock. And
yep, perhaps.
I think 15 yards is a little aggressive on a pass play right now when you're holding that 3-point lead.
No blitz.
You've got the nickel, so there's 4 men in the short pass zone. I wouldn't be surprised to see a flat to Andrews, to be honest.
I'm doubling Snead, and that's it. That's all I'm doing.
That's what you would do, double Snead?
Yeah, Andrews doesn't have I don't think that his 15 guessed right on his receiving card. Snead, I believe, does. Let him go short to those guys. Keep all your linebackers in your zone.
I was thinking more flat to Andrews, seeing if he can spring him. But you're right. Look at that. It's going to Snead.
Ooh, and he escapes. Cleveland escapes somehow, some way. Oh.
And here we go. We're set up for the 4-minute offense.
Wow. Yeah.
Getting interesting now.
Ooh. Gets the 12 against a pretty poor return coverage team, but no long gain sits there. A +7 sits there. Well, from the 39, good position. You actually have 2 possessions here if you're Cleveland, if you can make a stop. 7 yards. I'm sure he's not going to assume he has 2 possessions, but you really do. You have two opportunities here with this much time and your timeouts.
By the way, with that reception, Jarvis Landry is now over 1,000 yards on the year for Cleveland.
2 successful flat passes. A quarterback who's not known for flat passing gets him a first down.
Well, that's probably an example of Tom trying to finesse his way in and find something that they're not expecting.
Yep.
And you got to give Cleveland a lot of credit for hanging in this game. They've had a lot of adversity, but here they are, chance to win it.
Yep. If you are a diehard Cleveland fan, this is when you expect things to go wrong.
Oh.
No gain. This is when you expect a Mayfield pick to end it. But let's see. Especially last year.
John tempting him with that blitz again.
Gets the correct double team call. Prevents it going to Beckham's card. Nice call.
So huge 3rd down here. Let me just ask you, Anthony, if you get an incomplete pass here, are you punting?
No, I'm going to go for it. But I'm hunting for 6 yards here. I'm going to get into no contained 4th down territory. Where can I get 6 yards? That's what you're looking for.
Sure.
Don't go for 10. Look for 6. Okay, he's looking for 6. And gets 29. But
oh no!
And offside is
neutral zone. Okay.
Well, that's disappointing if you're Cleveland. No doubt about it.
Well, so did the neutral zone infraction? Yeah, it did, huh? Wow, it wiped out the game. That's too bad.
Yeah, there's a silver lining there, but 3rd and 5. All right, well, much different position here. Again, I'm just going to hope for getting to a no containment situation. But wait, it's 3rd and 5, wasn't it? I'm confused. Oh yeah, 3rd and 5. Okay, yeah. Hunt for a yard. Yeah, hunt for a yard.
John again with the safety in blitz formation, just really tempting him.
The 3 wide here. I mean, he gets 5 yards wrong. Okay, but Another 15's tacked onto it.
Oh,
Okay, that's huge.
wow.
All right, well, now
Anthony, you and I are being treated to a great finish here.
we sure are. And if you're Cleveland, you got to start thinking about clock too. You don't want to give Lamar Jackson the ball if you can help it. 2:24. You know, Tucker is lethal from all over the field. So you'd love to be able to close it out with your score somehow. Hunt has come into the game. I think his first appearance. And now you're worried about giving the ball back.
Definitely.
2nd and 10, starts out with an incompletion. That does not help. And we'll face the warning. So he definitely needs a first down. And first down is Cleveland's ideal situation, even more than a touchdown right now. Get Baltimore to burn those TOs. Chubb back in. Huge call here. Great chess match. And he goes over the top. Look at that. What a gutsy call. But finds Baker's blank. Finds Baker's blank. And, you know, next year that's a completion. This year, no.
So we're at the 2-minute warning, Anthony. We've got a huge 3rd and 10 coming up.
Well, at 3rd and 10, at this point, you want to make sure you're not falling into the 23-yard field goal bracket.
I was just about to ask that. I wonder, I don't have it in front of me how good his kicker is, but that's got to be a part of the equation right now for sure.
Yeah, against the dime, you're probably going to see a run.
Absolutely. I would run.
Yep. Run a draw, line buck. In the shotgun, 3 wide.
If you're going to gift me a run on wrong at this point, I'm game.
Yep. Just guarantee that good field goal opportunity and hope for more.
I wouldn't expect Baker to pass into the dime here.
There's that line buck draw. Gets 15. Wow, huge play.
Oh, yes.
Okay, now, timeouts. What's going to happen here? Let's see. Does Baltimore start using them? I would be using them.
I would too. Absolutely.
He doesn't. He doesn't use his timeout. Okay, well, I'm running.
Wow.
Run. Play for overtime. And he goes full house. Boy, I wouldn't know if I show all my cards like that. But.
I was going to say, I don't know. With only 1:30 left on the clock, I might throw it here and think I can sneak in a touchdown pass.
I don't trust my defense enough. I just don't. And he's doing what you're saying. He gets sacked. All right, let's see.
Look at that. Damn, I'm sorry, Tom. Bad advice. Bad advice. Oh, my bad.
No timeout used by Baltimore. Fascinating. I'm running all day long here.
Wow. Baltimore's letting them run this clock out on him.
Yeah.
I don't understand that at all. I really don't.
Here's the run.
Yeah, line buck, that's exactly what I expected here. And then really, John's giving him the run at this point. 6 yards. So that's good. That's what you want. That sets up the potential for the short pass to get to the end zone. So the question is, Anthony, is that your call? By the way, 30 seconds left.
Yeah,
We're
no
still
timeout.
not calling timeout.
Yep.
I'm confused by that. But
is Anthony Lynn taking over the Baltimore Ravens?
Yeah, I don't want to be too critical, but for me, it's difficult to kind of piece together what the thought process is there, if I'm being honest.
Especially when you have a weapon like Tucker. Oh, I wish I had him. I mean, you don't have to do much.
I got to think Tom is thrilled to see the time coming off that clock.
Absolutely. Yeah, you may as well go for the touchdown now. Yeah, I mean, okay, he doesn't get it, but with 30 seconds, you may as well. I mean, incomplete. All right, here we go.
So this should be a chip field goal.
It's good.
Wow. So here we are, Anthony, and let me just point out the obvious. We're tied. There's 15 seconds left. Where would Baltimore be if they had 90 seconds left?
Yeah.
With Justin Tucker, I just don't I'm just confused. I don't get it. And John's a smart guy and a good guy, so I'll ask him. I'm curious. I'm curious what his thinking was. That's really weird.
Yep. I mean, maybe he's just really happy with overtime, because he has the superior kicker and superior offense, superior team, superior cards.
But that same superior kicker argument could be used to capitalize on 90 seconds left in the game. So I'm just still confused by that. But
yeah. Me too.
Right around.
Okay, well, let's check Tucker's range here if we can.
And he's gonna leave timeouts on the board here. Although, there's 8 seconds left.
Tucker goes to the 37, so he's your typical range guy, surprisingly.
So from the 39, you're probably okay. I would throw it long. I would.
You need 22 yards, right? I think.
Something like that. Any long completion is going to put you in Tucker's possibility range, and that's worth doing. There it is, long, but he doubled the right guy. Let's be careful here.
Incomplete. Boykin 3 on his own card right. Let's see how important that double team was. Would have been incomplete.
Point, by the way.
Yeah. Would have been incomplete if he wasn't doubled. And it's Hail Mary time.
I would just take a knee. There's no reason to think you can get field goal range. The safer play is just take a knee at this point.
He's probably going to try the Hail Mary, I would guess. Not much to lose. Yeah, here you go. Hayden Hurst. I don't know what his long is.
Yeah, 2 men there. 50% chance of hitting the defensive car. Interception in that middle 7 zone. My taste, I'm going to sit on that. But here we are. Overtime.
Cleveland gets the ball.
A big game, and it's coming down to overtime. That's just great.
It sure is, and Cleveland has a chance to win it here because they win the toss. I believe, right?
Yeah, it looks that way.
Good.
Yards deep. They might consider taking it out, depending on his returner.
Touchback.
Yeah, touchback.
All right, Cleveland.
With overtime, Chubb might get into the 30, 35 carry range. You never know.
Now, I hate to put stress test on you here, but what happens in a tie? Any idea? I guess in
a tie, it screws both teams. Baltimore then falls behind to the 3 seed, and Cleveland becomes eliminated. So tie is like kissing your sister to these guys. It does nothing for you.
Heard. And Baker avoids an interception there. Barely avoids the interception on first down. It's the 9 on a 2, 7, 11, 12. Now going deep. He's just going for it here. Just going for it.
That's the MO. That's the MO. That's what he does with Cleveland. He's throwing long a lot, and he's a gambler.
And gets what he
now
wants.
Now you got a big 3rd and 10, Anthony, and bad field position to have to punt away to the 4th best offense in the league at over 415 yards a game.
Yeah, and you're just short. Yeah, I mean, he got the long gain on Landry's card. It would have been a long gain. That's a good point. But he got the reading that he wanted, which was an Odell card.
Yeah,
and just missed. That. And now 3rd and 10, you're just going to hope very low percentage short pass here for Baker. It just is extremely low.
And 3 wide formation to me makes it less likely that he's going to try to sneak in a Chubb run here.
Yeah.
Although you're
try to look
the dime and the blitz.
He's probably going to bring this blitz. Would not mind checking down, forcing the check down. No blitz. Flat pass, 1 man in zone. Looking for the 6. Doesn't get it. 4 yards. Hunting away. Well, if you're Cleveland, you just took your chances. It didn't come through. If you end up losing the game, you went down swinging.
That's true. Yeah, Tom's done a good job this game for sure. Boy, I tell you what, average start of field position, average start of drive has really been against Baltimore. They've been inside the 20 to start 4 or 5 drives today, as far as I recall.
Yeah. Nice bounces on a couple punts for Cleveland, I think. Here's Lamar. Does not go to his card, ends up with no gain. That hurts. Little stroke of luck for Cleveland there. Had a linebacker in zone, though. Was hedging a little bit. Second and
setting
10,
it up, if the Ravens were to lose today, that puts both the Patriots and Chiefs in a win and get a bye scenario in the final game.
Huge blitz coming. Almost gets the pick.
3rd and 10, right? This is going to be huge because, boy, if you can make them punt from the 15, start your drive around midfield, Cleveland be in good shape.
Foreman would not have yielded an interception. For what it's worth. Yeah, this would be very surprising stop. I mean, none of us would have expected a 3 and out here. So let's see. Blitzen.
Boy, both of these coaches defensively like to lean on that safety blitz a lot. It's something I generally don't do until I'm in the red zone, for the most part.
Yeah, it just depends on your team. It depends on your makeup. What you're trying to. The safety blitz can cover up a lot of defensive flaws if you have a flawed team.
Right.
Such as the Falcons. Depending on the matchups.
Looks like Baltimore's having a difficult time making up their mind on their play call here. Big call. I don't blame them.
Yeah. I'd love to see a play clock in this game. It'd be great.
Yeah, I sometimes feel guilty when I take that long penalty on my mind.
Flag penalty. Is down. Offsetting penalties wipes out the first down.
So we got a window on what he was thinking there, which was short pass. But now he's got to reset, and is he going to do the same thing? It seems to me that Andrews hasn't been double-teamed that much. I might throw to him.
True.
I know a little bit about what it's like to have your tight end double-teamed all day.
Another long play call, which makes sense.
Yeah. What about an end run to Lamar Jackson here?
Double teamed Ingram, short pass. Yeah.
Wow, what a call defensively. What a call defensively by Tom.
Nice call. Very nice call. And now we do have to start thinking about the tie a little bit more seriously. And like you said, nobody wants to play for it here, and everybody has timeout. So.
I'm still just kind of amazed by that call by Tom to think that he's going to throw short and you're going to pick the halfback double team. That's just a good call.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that short punt, 38 yards. This is what I was talking about. Cleveland is now set up almost at midfield. That field position game that Baltimore's been kind of failing at on those opening where they open their drives, This is where the worst time for you to pay the price on that. So Cleveland doesn't need that much to get in that long field goal range.
Great point. Dangerous pass here for Baker.
But he's going right to the air. Jarvis Landry. Incomplete. 2nd and 10.
Got to wonder if he's throwing so much to set up the run here.
Yeah, maybe. He does like to run on the 2nd or even 3rd and long at times. Right back to the blitz. Showing the blitz with the Ravens defense.
Going, passing. Secondary receiver again. Gets it.
1st down, Cleveland.
Nearing field goal territory. Let's check the yardage. Here. So team notebook home. field goal, we've got 37 is 2 through 4, so he's really got to get to the 32 for a realistic shot. 10 yards away. Cannot play for the guest run here. Guest wrong passing is incomplete. Oh, finds the hole in the card.
Oh.
That would have put him in field goal range.
This is not a flat passing team, but maybe a time to sneak one in.
Yeah. You got to get to the 32. You need a first down, though. You really don't have you're going to punt probably anywhere outside the 32. Or go for it.
I don't know that I agree with that.
You're punting. But you're not going to kick a field goal from 35 with this kicker, 6 yards. And it's a hold against Cleveland, so now a little bit more difficult.
So we expect maybe another Nick Chubb 2nd and 20 run?
Yeah. Yep.
Wow, that's terrible.
Dare him to guest run. But why would you go 3 wide, though? Dare him to guest run.
Oh, I'm with you. Why would you go 3 wide? I'm with you 100% on that. I guess it depends on what your play call is, but you the only way that works for a run is if you're just using that to tempt them more to call pass, and I don't think you need to tempt them at all on 2nd and 20.
Agreed.
I think you just assume he's going to call pass and you run the thing. And then I see that blitz coming again from the Ravens, and at 2nd and 20, I think short pass.
Got him.
Try to sneak something in.
Well, if that's 3rd and 30 now, you're really backed up. So
this point, is a run play.
I would. Yeah, wow. I'm not sure of Kareem Hunt's fumble, but I'd probably get him in the game and just run it with Kareem.
You know, we talked about in the beginning of the game the likelihood that these two teams could both be over 30 points again. Here we are. We're both over 30 points. But here we are in overtime, and we're having trouble closing it. Maybe we end up in a tie. Who knows?
Yeah.
That would definitely disappoint both teams. Definitely a case where a tie is not as good as a win. Or even, it's just gonna hurt them as much as a loss.
No doubt. Well, huge. Well, I wouldn't even call it defensive stand. Penalty, sacks, everything went wrong for Cleveland there.
29 carries for Chubb.
The pin is blocked.
Oh, my.
And now from the 32.
Good gracious. So this to me falls under the category of like when you follow your team, but it's always the Patriots winning. Teams like the Patriots always seem to get that break, the momentum changer that seems random, but always happens to those teams that win a lot. And Baltimore just got that kind of break at that kind of time. Wow.
So true. And he's 2 through 10 from 32. You probably want to move out of the variable field goal problems a little bit, at least get 5-10 yards here. And you should be set up nicely.
Did he pass or run on first down? It's 2nd and 10.
Pass.
Okay. Yeah, that's surprising. I think we're already in that good range with
yeah, he's 2 through 10 here. 2 through 10, but you got the variable field goal to worry about.
I might kick it right here, honestly. I mean,
well, you probably want to avoid the variable field goal issue, which might pop up.
That's a fair point. You're absolutely right.
Get a few yards.
Probably the single best addition to the Stratomatic game was that variable field goal rule.
Yep. Just that little bit of randomness.
6 on 28. Ingram closing in on a 100-yard game.
I expect a pretty safe play call here.
Tell you what, you don't want to be in a position to rely on Tucker not to beat you. The Stratomatic does crazy things every now and then. They're already below that threshold for variable field goal. I'm not going to do much here.
Here comes Tucker.
Here we go. Tucker's on to win it with 2:48. Let's see what happens.
That's it. There's no flags on the field.
We have an overtime victory for the Ravens. Wow.
Would you mind seeing if you can get the coaches? You want to DM them real fast and send them the link and see if they'll join?
Well, do you want it? Can you send them the link?
Yeah,
I don't know how to send that. I guess I just forward the link that you gave me. That's right.
Yeah, you just forward the link. I'll DM
You want to just
Tom.
what? Like talk to him after the game?
Yeah, I'm definitely curious on Baltimore's no timeouts and see if we can get him here. Where is that link?
Okay.
Where is that?
Okay, I'll DM John.
Okay, I'll DM Tom.
Come on, I'm trying. Are you already typing to Tom?
Yep, Tom's done. I've texted him or DM'd him. And then,
So my computer's moving slow. If you can ping them both,
I'll try.
that may be
Okay, I'll try
better.
John. Okay.
So far, I haven't been able. So yeah, I'm gonna have to get that new laptop I'm talking about in order to be, effective.
Oh, John's got to cut away. It sounds like. Let's see if Tom joins us. I'm just reading their comments here. I mean, it was good. It was good enough, a good enough game where I like to ask him some questions about it. It was a really good game. We can get him.
It was a great game.
Check in my DMs again. Nothing back from Tom yet. Let's see.
They may still be talking in game.
No, they dropped. John said he had to run, so I'm just going to get him. Make it.
We're not going to get to ask him about that. I may message him just because I want to know. I'm just kind of curious what his thinking was.
Totally.
So I guess I would ask Tom.
Here's Tom. Hey, Tom.
Hey, guys. How's it going?
Hey,
what a game.
Tom, how are you doing?
Good. How are you?
Doing well.
I'd be doing better if I scored 3 more points in that game.
Oh, what an amazing game you guys just played, though.
It was a good game.
Good, great.
One of the better ones you've seen in a while. So you really switched up the play calling toward the end of the regulation and in overtime. You were throwing short. You were just going for it. It seemed.
I had no carries left. Chubb was out of carries.
Yeah.
And Hunt has a crazy fumble rating. Hunt's fumble rating is not good.
That's what I was wondering
really?
about. Like even on that 3rd and 30, I was thinking, well, maybe you bring in Hunt for a carry just so you can keep that halo as low as possible on Chubb. But if you had the fumble rating, then that wouldn't be the right move.
Plus, we got that low usage running back rule that cuts a lot of his runs down.
Yep, no doubt. So
I haven't run him much this year.
That, but it is what it is.
But the big thing for Chubb, though, I mean, certainly in the fourth quarter, you're looking for those chunky runs. The 1 yard wouldn't matter on most of that, but
I hit that one that got called back on a penalty.
Yep,
that was rough.
Yes, that's 29 yards up the middle. But you got down into range anyway. And we were talking on that final drive in regulation about to the extent you wanted to run the clock down, and John let you run it down.
We were surprised. Yeah, we were surprised that you're driving with a field goal to tie or a touchdown to win, and John he never called timeout, let the clock run down to 30 seconds, and we were both commenting that if he's calling those timeouts, then when you kick that field goal to tie it, he still has 90 seconds or something left to come back at you. Were you surprised he wasn't calling those timeouts?
Yeah,
John can answer that question too. John just joined.
There he is. John's in the house.
Actually, I really didn't think about it. I was just like, I don't know. Hey, how y'all doing? 31-21 lead, and
hey, John,
I'm leaving it. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, I hear.
Yeah, real well.
Oh, okay. All right.
So
Yeah, so I thought you were talking about the not calling timeout, and yeah, it's actually probably would have been a good idea. I don't know. I was just, hoping that I could keep him from getting the touchdown. I was sparing the touchdown and not even thinking about the timeouts. But you're right. I would have had a good 90 seconds left. So.
Yeah. And of course, it worked out.
Okay.
It worked out in the end anyway. The The overtime period, we were thinking tie there for a second. And Tim had it nailed down, of course, as you'd expect him to know that a tie would have hurt both of you. I don't know if you had that in the back of your mind at all, but tie would have not offered any help at all.
Tie would be like a loss for both of you. So,
yeah,
I believe that's right. But I just got really lucky. I was sitting there thinking, third or fourth and 20 something. Do I want to try for the block or risk a penalty or something like that? And I'm like, no, I'm going for it. It's down there, and so. Wow,
well, you're both
very
aggressive. You're both very aggressive offensively, for sure. You both. I was telling Anthony that your two quarterbacks are in the top 5 as far as yards per pass throughout the season. You guys both like to cut it loose. Yeah, you both like to cut it loose. Today for sure.
Yeah, I wasn't able to hit anything at the end. It seemed. Yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. Let's go back to the end of the first half, Tom. Those 3 points obviously made a big difference in the outcome.
That was a bad call. That was just, I figured I'd take a shot at picking up a chunk of yards and maybe get to kick a field goal, and I ended up, instead of giving myself a chance at 3, I gave away 3. That was. I had thought about just taking the knee there, and I said, what the hell? We'll take one shot. And
how many times
it was a bad call. It was a bad call, especially with my quarterback.
So many times we'd say that next year's Baker's card.
Yeah.
Be better. And the short pass 7s you were missing. A lot of short pass 7s missed, and then of course the pick. It may have been a different outcome, but with that card, it was difficult. So did you think hard about running it down, because you were getting the ball at the beginning of the second half?
Yes, I almost did, and I changed my mind, because the play before that, I let the clock run down till there was like 8 seconds left, and I said, all right, I'll take one shot. Maybe he won't be expecting it, and Baker's card is not helpful there.
No doubt.
John, did the injury to Gus Edwards impact significantly how you call your game?
Yes, I like to run a lot more than I did with my running backs, and Gus Edwards has a really good guessed wrong card, and also
he's the most
it's fairly
feared player. If I play you, there's nobody I fear more than Gus Edwards. Period.
Yeah, and it's like, this is the second time he's been injured, and he's out until the playoffs, which, he's got a lot of runs left on his card too. So I don't, it does change my game a little.
Nice
I
to
tend to throw a
that
little more when I don't have him in there.
My run D is a dream. My run D is a dream matchup for you, because he can't stop anybody.
Yeah, that's true. It's a tough D, but Tom, you did a good job of, working your way to some third down situations and finding a way to get off the field at times. So you did enough to defensively to stay in a game against really what I think, honestly, is, I know that the Chiefs won the Super Bowl last year, but Baltimore's cards to me are scarier and they're more dangerous. And if I am the Patriots, if I'm another AFC or any other contender, I'd rather play the Chiefs, frankly, I think, than the Ravens. The Ravens scare the hell out of me. So you did a great job against them defensively, I think.
Thanks. It's a good team.
I'll agree with that. You called a great game, Tom. I mean, I was sweating the whole time. I was thinking when I went up 31-21, I need one more score, and but.
And your first, I was telling Anthony, your first game was that close as well, 34-30, and it took 13 unanswered points in the fourth quarter for to win the first matchup.
Well, that first game, I think that was. Yep. I can't remember if that was the game where I threw incomplete in the end zone on the last play of the game, or if that was the one where I think it was my tight end came up short of the goal line because he didn't have a long enough game. I think it was the game where I threw incomplete in the end zone. What was that?
The game engine doesn't at this point. We're gonna change it that next year. I think we're gonna be able to change it, but the game engine right now doesn't allow me when I look back at that first matchup to look at the play log, ball possession kind of thing. And I had some other things I wanted to explore that would have answered your question there, but it's just not available anymore.
Yeah, we played 2 good games.
But we'll have that next year. But seriously, though, great game for both of you. Tom, I know that you're eliminated at this point. Yeah, but I know you're eliminated at this point. But Tom, you were 2-8. Your team has been so streaky. I looked at it, and it's like you started 0-4 with that 2, lose 4, and then win 4. So you've just been so streaky this year.
Yeah, the first half was terrible. The second half has been a lot better. Definitely took a couple games to figure out how to play defense with this team. There's a lot of zeros on that defense.
Hey, Tom, one last question for you. You were going to secondary receivers a lot. Were you just avoiding those 6s? Was that the idea?
Yeah. Avoiding the 6s, hoping to avoid the double teams, too.
Yep.
Well,
any more questions, Tim? Any more questions, Tim?
Appreciate you guys checking in with us and being a part of that. Thank you so much.
You guys, this whole thing, your entire game was called the whole way through. So we're going to post it up. I think we'll post it up, Tim. I imagine we will, and you'll be able to go back and hear our commentary if you desire.
All right. Yeah, I'll just have to check it out. All right. Thanks, guys.
Yep, we're going to start doing this intermittently, and we don't know where it's going to go, but we're on our way to kind of integrating this into the league, so it'll be kind of fun.
All right, cool.
Well, quick question here. Do I have to do a write-up?
So, John, if that's you won the game, I would say yeah.
Okay, all right. Well, just go watch the game yourself. Okay, all right. I'll get it out there.
You can make it short and sweet, but absolutely, yeah.
All right, thanks.
All right, take care, guys.
All right.
We're signing off the broadcast. Thanks, everybody. Appreciate it.
All right, bye.
Guys, I appreciate it. Have a great day. Anthony, you stay on for a second?
Oh, sure. Want to keep the broadcast going, or you want to turn the broadcast off? We can go to
Anthony. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Why don't we keep the broadcast on?
Well, I guess it's still recording, right? There's no way. No, I just want to talk to you, actually, if that's all right.
Okay. I'll end the broadcast and I'll reach out to you another way in a second.